Alright, so it's part 2 of death, slow motion, death by torture. Not caused by me, but caused by your society. So, I guess my subjects aren't going to be very widespread anymore because, I don't know how long this will take. Because there's so many teeth in my mouth that are bad, where the dentin is completely exposed. One dentist said they look like halos in each tooth you can see. And, the dentin isn't very strong. It's a very, very soft, brittle material. It breaks very easily. Anyway, it's interesting to note that, the type of things that problems that your living life creates for people. It's mind-boggling. This particular country and cities especially, and people in authority positions are so concerned with, zero tolerance on bending the rules, especially when it came to how I was treated for decades. It was almost like guerrilla warfare, where they would attack you and then you'd find a spot where it was quiet, or they didn't know where you were. And what kind of country does that, where you even have to think for a moment that you have to worry where you live because someone else might complain about you? I mean, wouldn't it be a better world if people just stopped complaining, and instead of, if they don't like something, offer somebody an alternative, offer another place for them to move to, help them? You people are just not worth it. Like I said before, compared to the universe, the Earth is, I think, on a human level, we're smaller than, you can't even see a meson, which is inside of an atom, or a tachyon even. But these particles that are inside the atoms, we're smaller than that compared to the size. If you had the awareness capability to grasp sizes, it's just too huge. So anyway, what's really sad is that this government doesn't, state, federal, and local, just doesn't care about people. They would rather see them go through pain and agony just to uphold their so-called, what would you call it, their procedures, their order, their man-made law, their, I could go on forever. I think I've already covered all this in all my 100 videos. So what else is there to cover? What do I talk about? The beautiful sky out, I could talk about that, but what is that? Does a beautiful sky change my past? Does a beautiful sky change my present? Does the beauty of nature change my present situation, which was not caused by me? Why I suffer from situational depression? Because your society caused it. So, there isn't much. I usually wake up pretty much like this, how you're hearing me right now. I wake up like this every morning. And I can't get rid of the past. I just can't. And I certainly can't bring any kind of forgiveness for those that neglected me completely. And those that were part of your collective system that didn't even know about me or even cared about knowing about me, because their life was already perfect and they were living their perfect little home in their white picket fence or whatever it is that they like. I never put anybody down for living their life. All I wanted was to be able to live mine and build my style of life in my own way and in my own time without someone breathing down my neck. And that's pretty much what you did, all of you. You all contribute to this government. You pay 75% of your taxes goes to the military-industrial complex. You kill innocent men, women, and children. And then you turn around and say, well, I wasn't there. I didn't actually pull the bullet. I didn't actually push the button that sent the cruise missile to wherever it killed people. I didn't actually do it. Yeah, you did. And on top of it, you did it with money with the name of God printed on it. It makes you such a sanctimonious, gigantic hypocrisy. And then you'd carry signs protesting against your government. That's not going to work. What are you, stupid? You're all stupid. You got your priorities up your asses. Gandhi knew. Martin Luther King knew. That's what the cops harassed him. That's why they harassed Rosa Parks. God, they harassed her because she was black. Oh, black is not nice to look. Harassed me because the bus she was sitting on is my bus, and I converted it to a motorhome, and you didn't like the way it looked. So I just had to move and move and move and move. You couldn't find me an island to go to because that's pretty much where you people wanted me. Well, now you're going to get all my stuff. It'll all go to auction. You'll get all the stuff that my hobbies were. You certainly won't get any of my notes from any of my memoirs because they're all gone, taken away, towed away by building and safety, towed away by abatement, destroyed by the fire department, LAPD, the parking enforcement. So now you get to watch me die. Isn't that fun? Won't you enjoy that? How many of you will really enjoy that? I'm sure all of you will, subconsciously. You'll go, oh, this guy's going to die right in front of our eyes. Wow, this is going to be neat to watch. Watch him get sick, watch his speech get slurred, watch him, maybe even pass out in front while he's doing the tape of YouTube, while they cart me away to the hospital. By the way, I won't let the fire department pick me up. No way. I hate those people. LA Fire Department, they can go to hell. If I'm dying in the street, I'll tell them, don't you frickin' touch me. Don't you even come near me and touch me because you're not worth the ground I walked on while I was alive. You're all evil. There's no good you could ever prove to me that you've ever done that will undo the damages that you did to me. And they're still going on. Not one person has sent me an email saying, hey, I have a place in such and such place or wherever, and no one will bother you. I also have a friend who has lots of money. We'll be glad to pay for your teeth to get fixed and put your life somewhat back together. No, nobody's doing that. So yeah, you get to watch me die. Why not? Isn't that what you want to see? That's what you want to see. The hard way, not the easy way. I could jump off a building. I could, maybe try to drown myself, sit in a hot tub full of hot water and slice my wrist. When you slice your wrist, you can't, the clotting in your blood will stop it. So people who do that are usually don't know at all how to make it work. The Romans knew. They'd slice their wrist while they were in hot water because the hot water keeps the veins open, and once your blood all goes out, you just pass out and you die. But I think I'm choosing this way because I want you people to understand what you've done to me. And you did it. I don't care. There is no argument. You have no argument. You cannot come back. Do not make comments on my YouTube and tell me I'm this or I'm that or this or I have a mental problem. You're the ones with a mental problem because you made this happen. All of you made this happen. It's called the laws of cause and effect. When you have laws that are wrong and evil, you hurt people. When you have laws that take advantage and manipulate people's lives and knock them off the ladder that they're desperately trying to struggle, the ladder of financial opportunities, then when you knock them off over and over again like you did me, you're just killing them. And you're stealing years from their life. You're taking 1 year, 1 week, 1 month, and all of you are doing it all at one time because you're glorious, crappy, lousy, stinking laws and ordinances that certainly aren't anywhere as big or comparable to anything as important as the whole universe If the Earth would just blink out of existence, the universe wouldn't notice it. It wouldn't care. It's got too much going on in it already. So instead of you people being thankful about the nice place, the well-off place, for those who are well-off that you've gotten to where you've gotten, no, you don't care. You don't care about poor people. You don't care about the fact that they're going to suffer heart attack or pain, or an abscess turns into a terrible infection and the pain starts, and then you just take painkiller and painkiller until the infection starts to gets into the bloodstream, and then it just, who knows, makes the heart stop beating, and any number of things. Doesn't matter. They're going to take my stuff anyway. No one's going to come forward and help. There isn't anybody out there that's going to look at my 100 videos, especially someone of any great importance like the presidential candidates, all those jerks that are running. You know, if I debated all of them, I'd put them to shame. And this is why I tell you the news media is manipulating you, because they would never put this on TV. They would never put me nose to nose with all those moronic idiots, because that's what they are. Both Democrats, Republicans, they're all puppets. Prostitutes, actually. They work for the International Monetary Fund, the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission. You'll see a lot of stuff on YouTube about Illuminati spelled backwards, and they talk all this stuff about the past, and it gets kind of really crazy because it's all over the place. But it isn't. That's really who controls the world. And money. And money is where the power is. If I guarantee you, if every American citizen who's watching this video, or if you pass this message on, say you're going to get to watch Caesar die, but before he dies, why don't we fulfill at least one of his dreams and take all the money out of the banks just to see what happens, just to see what starts to happen. Oh, I could guarantee the president would have multitudes of what would you call it? Presidential. I don't know what to call it. I certainly wouldn't call it a true presidential television program. I certainly wouldn't call it a... They should have a convention, you know, a convention for presidential candidates. That would be fun. You could walk through everyone would have their own booth, and they'd all be talking like circus barkers. Here you, come up, hit these 3 things, and you'll get a nice stuffed animal. Hear ye. And at the same time, you can listen to my homespun philosophy and my so-called idiotic plan for saving the country. Hear ye, come up here and get your prize. And you hear all these presidents. You know, Nixon was a barker. He actually worked in the circus. He was a barker. So, you know, so you'd have all these Romney and Newt Gingrich and all be spinning their yarns and all trying to convince you to vote for them. No money. No money allowed. They wouldn't hold a candle to me. As a matter of fact, I think most of them wouldn't show up for debate. They'd be, for lack of a better words, they'd be pissing in their pants. Just saying, you know, I'm screwed. I'm not going to get in here. I'm not going to be able to debate this guy. This guy's going to stick it to me every which way. And they're right, I am. And I would. Because you all deserve it. You're all hypocrites. You're the same as every American citizen. You're asking baby killers by, what would you call it? When 2 robbers go rob a 7-Eleven, they're acting in concert. They're engaging in an activity. They're aiding and abetting. So you're asking aiding and abetting supposedly law-abiding citizens of the United States of voting age to vote for your law-abiding same thing. You're all one same collective club. You've all paid taxes. You've all killed these innocent men, women, and children, and you're all voting for each other. Even though you bitch about who you're voting for, or you say, oh, we have to vote for the lesser of 2 evils. Go watch the movie What the Bleep. One of the scientists in there says you got to get rid of all of that, all of it, to start something new.